sessions. Very nice to see you all. And today's going to be slightly different from yesterday. We've still got 4 sessions, but the ones that we have lined up for today all came from initiatives from different people who were in the and have been in the project built, which has been looking at research into ethics in the built environment. So Hayley came up with this wonderful idea to look at FOIs, and later on this morning we'll have another session which will look at data and privacy, but from a slightly different perspective that Martin Salz-Ostwick from CASA in the Bartlett is going to chair. But this first session is going to be chaired by Dr. Hayley Newman, who is the coordinator of the practice-led research PhD program at the Slade. So we're going to hand over to Hayley.
Thanks, Jane. And it's really fantastic that all of the speakers that I asked to come today have come, and that's amazing, and I'm so excited about everyone. And yes, so my name's Hayley, and I'm an artist and lecturer at the Slade. I'm also a member, I have to kind of be upfront about disclosure here, I'm a member of Liberate Tate, the group that have been trying to get Tate to drop its sponsor BP. I'm an artist advisor to Platform, and Anna from Platform is here today. And that Anna, Chris and I are all members of the Art Not Oil Coalition. Sorry, Howard. You could join us if you ever wanted to. So I'm going to be chairing today's event, but also speaking a little bit about Liberate Tate and how our work has been, we've augmented some of the work that Platform has done around freedom of information, and talk about the projects that we made to highlight and draw attention to the case that Platform was involved in. I wanted to just say something about freedom of information to begin the session. Freedom of information is the right of public access to information held by public authorities. In January 2015, it was reported that over 400,000 freedom of information requests have been made since the Act was passed in 2000. Freedom of information requests are made by many different people, the majority of which are citizens, but also businesses and journalists, and possibly academics. And according to the Ministry of Justice, 1,000 freedom of information requests are currently made every single week. And so both the Science Museum and Tate are public cultural institutions sponsored by Shell and BP, and they've both been subject to freedom of information requests regarding their relationship with their sponsors. And in this panel, I hope that we'll be able to explore how freedom of information requests can produce data that enables public debate, and that our session will raise questions around ethics, confidentiality and security, specifically in relation to the role of public institutions in a time of government cuts, lack of political action on climate change, and growing awareness of ethics and corporate sponsorship. Jonathan Jones, an art journalist from The Guardian, has argued that even taking money from the devil is appropriate. And the counter-argument to this might be that in a time of cuts, we need greater scrutiny of where the money comes from. So it's with great pleasure that I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Chris Garrard. Come on up, Chris. And so Chris is a composer and a musicologist, and he's got a PhD in composition from Oxford University. And he's also an environmental campaigner and part of the Art Not Oil Coalition. And today he's going to be talking about the recent freedom of information requests he made at the Science Museum pertaining to their relationship with Shell.